DevilHunterXYZ, and this is part 6 of my Goodbye Resistance series, and we finally moved on to Resistance 3. I gotta say, overall, Resistance 3 is probably about the same decency as the first game. I mean, obviously they're trying to make it even more like Call of Duty. They have the buildable loadouts, you can choose your weapons, your grenades, they have abilities, you can even have attributes which are kind of like perks, and they do have berserks, but they act more like kill streaks in this game. Oh, and even the controls are very similar to Call of Duty. Yeah, for this, playing a team deathmatch, and now I'm a Chimera. Yeah, as you can see, that's one of the berserks I'm using, invisibility. In Resistance 3, when it comes to multiplayer, well, they chose more, well, quality over quantity. I mean, Resistance 2, you had up to 60 people who could play the game, but here, only up to 16. Kind of a big downfall. But I guess they made up for it with all the abundance of abilities. And let's just say it gets very chaotic with everyone using all their abilities at the same time. I think it kind of gets to a point where it seems a little bit overpowered. Come on. Right. Melee, come on. Ah. Well, when it comes to the berserks in this game, there's really only, well, I guess technically 4, but it's just pretty plain, and I'm kind of questioning some of the berserks they even had in this game. If you get a 3-kill streak, if you're a human, you get a shield that's supposed to protect you from most of the attacks. If you're a Chimera, you become invisible. If you get a 6 kills, then you get the Augur, which I kind of thought that was odd. The Augur as a berserk. Yeah, but with the upgrades that you get with the Augur and the fact that it gives you infinite ammo for a short time, I guess I could see why they would put it for as a berserk. Although in my opinion, I think they should have just made the wildfire the berserk because of how OP that gun is. And if you manage to get a 9-kill streak, if you're a human, you become a super soldier. Yeah, you become a super soldier, and then for the Chimera, you become a Ravager, and you have a grenade launcher just with infinite grenades. And it's pretty rare to ever get one of those. I mean, getting a 9-kill streak is kind of difficult in this game. I know that we're questioning that. I'm just kind of wondering why they limit us with the amount of berserks. I mean, they should have something like Resistance 2, where they could have allowed us to, you know, customize the berserk loadout. Or in fact, why not make some of these abilities berserks? Because I really think they should. Man, look, there's a guy over there with the Augur right now. Yeah, I mean, seriously, some of these abilities are really OP. Like, there's a radar beacon which allows you to see nearby enemies. There's a turret where you can actually use a turret and just let it do all the fighting for you. I know there's a heal beacon which is kind of similar to the Ring of Life, but even more regeneration. Well, for the attributes, like I said, they're kind of similar to perks. In fact, even some of them are almost straight up copies from Call of Duty. Like, they do have Scavenger, which is supposed to resupply your ammo, but then also you can, if you upgrade it, you can actually resupply your health at the same time. I know they have I know they have one called Berserker, which is pretty much based off of Hardline, so you get one less kill for kill streaks, or berserks. But I think overall some of them are just not as useful. I don't know, like some of them just allow you to have like up to 3 weapons or up to 3 grenades, or just kind of affects your gun in some way. And so far this is a one-sided game. But for me, I like using the Leaper attribute. When you die, apparently Leapers will spawn out of your corpse. If you can upgrade that, you can have up to, I think it was like 3 or 4 Leapers. And one of them is actually a spitter, so it really can help out. Yeah, you know the weird thing is, even though I said this is my probably my least favorite in terms of multiplayer, I actually do better here than any of the other Resistance games. Not quite sure why. Maybe because of how quickly you can actually kill enemies in this game. Oh, blown up. You know, the thing I really did like about this game is the fact you can upgrade your weapons. It kind of ran like an experience system. Each gun has up to 3 levels, and well, usually when you get to level 2, it's supposed to affect your primary fire, and then the level 3 is supposed to affect your secondary fire. Not bad. That was a pretty quick game, actually. Alright, I guess it's time for round 2. But anyway, for the upgrades, as I was saying, I mean the upgrades really kind of help the game when it comes to the actual first-person shooting, and it really does most of the job for you. For instance, like this marksman. I mean, with the upgrade you can get for the your secondary fire, your turrets can almost do most of the attacks by himself. Actually, if you think about it, there's only one exception to the level up. If you have the sledgehammer, then it's only at level 1. And yes, you can get a sledgehammer in this game, kind of on, make that the first Resistance game that actually has a melee weapon. Although it would have been interesting to see some kind of upgrades for the sledgehammer. I don't know, like maybe give added spikes or give it some kind of electrical charge or something like that. That would have been interesting. Or maybe allowing us to actually swing the sledgehammer faster. It's not really a insta-kill weapon, but it does heavy damage. I think 2 hits and usually can kill someone. I gotta say, so far I really haven't been getting many kills as the human. Kind of odd. Come on, there's gotta be someone. Anybody? Man, those turns do a lot of damage. Really? As you can see, I'm actually playing as Infected Hail. Yeah, luckily it came with a DLC drop for this. Oh, and speaking of the DLC, well, there really isn't any map-based DLC. Instead, what they had was, well, they had like a couple of characters. They actually have the airfield grenade as a DLC. Yeah, it's kind of surprised there's no airfield grenade here. I better prefer maybe the backlash grenade. They should have brought that. And then they also had a survival mode that they added to the game. Although I would maybe put survival mode in quotes because it's really not survival mode. I mean, I think the whole point of survival mode is to last as long as possible. I mean, here though, survival mode is basically going through different waves, but when you die, you don't start back at level 1. You just continue on from the last round you were at. So I don't really consider that really. Man, missed. Well, I mean, I don't consider that survival mode really. But it's kind of fun trying to see how far you can get before you die. And I'm not really sure there is a end to it either. I mean, I never fully completed it, or if there is any completion to it. And let's just say you get that interesting music while it's playing. I gotta say, this is going a lot slower compared to the last round. Yeah, right. Can't shoot through the bubble shield. Yeah, I gotta say, some of these abilities are just kind of ridiculous at times. Come on. Yeah. I killed him and then I died. That's great. I think I'm doing negative at this point. Oh, come on. Oh, really? Come on, I'm gonna try at least break even. Headshot. They call it post-mortem, not martyrdom. Huh. Oh no, invisibility. Well, I barely broke even. Actually, I think I have one more kill to death, so I did slightly positive. Alright, now doing a deathmatch up to 16 players, which that gets pretty extreme. I've never seen a deathmatch that has 16 players. In fact, even Call of Duty at the most has like 12. And then for Ghost, they have up to 8. And yeah, we all are playing as Chimera for this one. Oh, and speaking of Chimera, comments about the customization about this game. It's really lacking, and I mean really lacking. In fact, I wouldn't even call it customization. I mean, in other games you can actually customize like the head, the uniform, maybe giving some I don't know, accessories. Here, there's nothing. It's just more like character select. You just choose the character that you want to play as. It's just kind of pretty plain. I mean, I guess it's kind of fun maybe if you were trying to go for like Nathan Hale, or you can play as one of the scarecrows, or you know, one of those training targets. Oh, and speaking of Nathan Hale, that is kind of a different story. I am not sure how you're even supposed to unlock Nathan Hale. I'm talking about the original Serpa Hale. Somebody got the auger ready? Wow. Anyway, for the Serpa Hale, the only thing it says it's acquired through myresistance.net. It's supposed to be the website which has the global resistance. It's supposed to be a real-time strategy game. It's basically, whatever you do in that game is supposed to reflect what you do in multiplayer in this game. And I don't know, it seemed like you were supposed to maybe been able to, I guess, unlock the character or something somehow, but there was literally no way you could have done it. I mean, like, thousands of us tried. There's literally no way you could unlock Serpa Hale, non-global resistance. So I think really the only way you could have unlocked him is if you were playing the beta for this game. Or maybe if you were hacking, but yeah, who really likes hackers? And then speaking of which, I haven't really even logged onto my resistance in a while. Because literally there's nothing to do with once you get past level 50. And to be honest, I'm not really into RTSs. I mean, you do something for about like 5 minutes and then you have to spend hours waiting. It's just really not my type of game. And also, a weird thing is, mine's actually kind of glitched up in a way. I think I was trying to change the email address, and somehow my account somehow got swapped with the master account. So even though they claim that never happens, or it will never happen, it did to me. So it's pretty odd. So basically, all my stats from my sub account are on the master account, and then the sub account I have right now doesn't have anything. It's as if I never even started. It's really odd. I still kept all the unlockables, I guess, but it's just really weird. Yeah, I really like using the carbine in this game. I mean, I do like the upgrades. You can shoot 3 grenades, and then the bayonet gives you increased range. So that's pretty cool. I think obviously they even did some of these upgrades for Burning Skies. Because I remember Burning Skies has something like has upgrades for your weapons. Doesn't go by a experience system, but it just allows you to, I don't know, kind of, if you can find the upgrades for it, you can use them on your weapons. Well, I mean, technically, each weapon has up to 6 upgrades, but you can only equip 2 at a time. So at least they took it one step further in that game. Come on. Okay, what was that? That was lag. So much for getting first place. Having a hard time just trying to keep up. I've just been getting nothing but assists. Come on. Ugh. Why am I having a hard time trying to find anyone? I'm doing... Come on. God, slow melee. I'm almost as doing bad as playing this game with the PlayStation Move. And yes, I have tried using the PlayStation Move in multiplayer, and it's a disaster. I mean, the controls are still awkward for me to even get into this game, but trying to compete in multiplayer, it's never gonna happen. I mean, I would just stick with the controller when you do multiplayer. The campaign, on the other hand, I'll probably try out the sharpshooter. I mean, it kind of works on that. In fact, this is probably the only game where I only use the sharpshooter. I don't really have anything else. I mean, I'm hoping to make more games for the PS4 when using a PlayStation Move. I only got like half of what the first place guy has. Wow. You know, I'm gonna call it right now. This is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.